Car 1100R, we're going to replace the stock cam chain tensioner, this item, with the new upgraded one. It has more spring pressure, so you don't get that clacking, slapping bullshit noise when you first start these up. This is all the tools you need. 15mm wrench to install the new one, 17 to remove the old one, a telescopic magnet to remove the remnants of the old one. This has been modified, as you can see, a little bit more of a bend. Blue part, blue coloring is where I cut this out. You'll see why in a moment. You only need to replace the left cam chain tensioner. That is this hidden right here. As you see, there's not a whole lot of room to get a wrench or anything in here. Remove the throttle body, move that thing back, and get the wrench on here. Like I said, there isn't much room, that's why it's notched. Doesn't take a whole lot to loosen it. It's not under a whole lot of torque. And frequently you can spin it out by hand. If there's a little bit of tension on it, you could use a long Phillips screwdriver, like number 2 size, and push on the center of the head of this cam chain tensioner. If you push down to release the spring tension, it will allow you to spin this with your fingers a bit easier. And remember, when you take this tensioner out, it is going to have oil on it. It is a hydraulic tensioner. That's why these things clack and slap and make all kinds of noise for just a few seconds when you first start, because once it builds up with hydraulic pressure, that's what creates the pressure on the tensioner. So there's your body of the original tensioner. Now we'll use our magnet, and we can't really see a whole lot in here. We'll get the spring out. That's a good position for it. And the old crush seal just came off. Now you need to fish out the bottom half of the tensioner, which is easy to do. I've never lost one, so we'll take a brief moment here and I'll show you the differences. Stock, the spring, and the bottom, and this is the new one. This is one piece. Much more spring tension than this wimpy little thing. So, to put the new one in, take your magnet, grab it like that. We're going to fit that right in the hole. Apply your finger to the top, push it down. You have the new body with the new crush seal on it already. You're going to kind of fiddle this around a little bit till it feels like the other piece went in, and now we're going to screw it in. Someday when I'm really bored, I'll do a video of starting one of these with the old tensioner and then with the new tensioner. And putting this one in, prime example of what I was talking about earlier, using a screwdriver. This one already has so much more spring tension. Yeah, I don't know if we can get in here to see. Not really. There's still quite a bit here to thread in. I'm already under quite a bit of spring tension. So you have to kind of push down with your fingers as you turn at the same time. Try to do this quickly and not waste your time. And get to the finish where we tighten it. Turning, 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 turning. There's a good picture tutorial of this procedure on www.advrider.com also. And now we're going to tighten it. Don't need a whole lot. It's not going to fall out unless you forget to tighten it. I have had one of these leak before. A piece of grit got trapped underneath. the crush seal. But despite having cleaned it, I didn't see it. And that's it. That's done. So now the throttle body can be slid back in. You can use rubbing alcohol, which we're going to do because it's a little tight fit. I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol and put it in here on the rubber. Actually, I'll put it on the towel here. Very good. It's one of the best rubber lubricants you can use because it will dry residue free. And that lets that slide right back in. Some people spray oil or WD-40 on these. Rubbing alcohol is the best. If you find that this is too loose, change it for an O-ring that's a bit more snug. Actually, let's wipe inside there too. Okay. The line on this tube goes horizontal. And if you twist and turn, keep an eye on that O-ring, make sure it doesn't blow out. Check underneath, looks good. Make sure this line is horizontal and in line with this side of the bike here. And that's it. Clamps can go back on. We're going to tighten, tighten, tighten. Put our tools away. Give the customer back his old tensioner, which was not defective. It's just of a poor design. Riding this bike on the highway, crack the throttle hard, 65, 70 miles per hour, you could hear this thing clattering away. Almost sounds like pre-ignition detonation from low-octane fuel or advanced timing. That wasn't the case with this one. It's simply a matter of that cam chain tensioner being squished down too much. Doesn't resist. The chain tensioner actually moves up and down, allows the chain to slap around. It can break the chain rail, which then causes a lot of problems. So this is a good upgrade, and this new tensioner is the proper replacement. And this tensioner started with the R1200 ST a few years back. So that's how you do that.